Hey everybody, Mikeycat Outdoors here. So what are we doing today? Well, we're indoors. It's been raining like cats and dogs all weekend. And happy Easter everybody. So I want to congratulate everybody too for a milestone recently of reaching 200 subscribers. Thank you very much. Today's video, we're going to do an in-depth review of several grid fleece options that are on the market. So a lot of the popular thru hiker fashion trends right now are about grid fleece. One of the more popular ones is Melanzana out of Leadville, Colorado. Unfortunately, those are very hard to get. They play a lot of weird games. They have an online lottery you have to go through, and if you're lucky to get the chance, you have to actually go there to their store in person, and you can buy just from the limited amount of stuff they have in stock at that time. So there's a lot of people that seem to be from Colorado that go out there and get these things, and then they hawk them on eBay for like 3 or 4 times the price of what they pay for them. They normally go for like 79 bucks or so, and they're charging like 215 bucks on eBay. So it's not a good business model. A lot of other people have picked up on this opportunity to provide similar quality products. So I'm going to go over a bunch of different ones here. A lot of these are hooded. There are some non-hooded ones out there as well. So depending on the type of style that you want, there's different vendors. Some vendors have multiple types of styles. They'll have a polo style, or they'll have a hoodie with kangaroo pocket like this. Depending what floats your boat, what you want to wear, and different sizes. But with the global supply chain issues that are going on right now, there are going to be issues sometimes with finding colors or sizes that are very popular. And the other thing to note is between the brands, if they're made from Polartech, they're all pretty similar. There are some differences though in the grid size and the thickness of the material, whether it's a Polartech or a third-party manufacturer, say Chinese one, that makes a similar product. And there's also the difference between, like this one, the grid is on the outside, and on some products, the soft side is on the outside and the grid's on the inside. So that's all personal preference of what you want. So I guess let's get started. So what we have here is what they call a dark forest green. To me it looks kind of like a grayish sage green color. This is from Freedom Industries. This is their Radiase version 1 grid fleece, and it's got the nice kangaroo pocket in it. It's got the hood. There is no drawstring on this hood from theirs. Melanzana's and Lightheart Gear, there's a couple other vendors out there that have grid fleeces. Some of them will have kind of more like a partial balaclava style, where it can cover up like to your nose layer and all that. This one does not, but it's just got the stretchy, wrist cuffs. It does have an actual pull tie on here so you can adjust your hem. And each vendor's going to have a little bit different. This one does not have any thumb holes. And I've got one other in this manufacturer. This is the extra large. So I'm about 5'8", 185-ish or so right now. I'm gaining a little weight, eating well, sitting down at a desk job like so many others. This one definitely has room. This is an extra large, and I tried the large first, which I'll show you here in a moment, and a little bit of difference in the room, but this is not like superbly like huge, like I'm wearing a tent, but it's comfortable. I've got plenty of room, so if you're, a little more rotund or whatever, you might want to size up a little bit or just figure out where you want to be in your size range. But they're definitely not a slim fit, and they're not a real baggy fit. They're kind of where they should be. So this manufacturer, everything's on the outside. This one looks very much like a Melanzana hoodie. Had a coworker actually compliment me on my orange one. I'll show you here in a moment. And let's get to it. I'll show you the other one. So this is the Mojave Red. It looks kind of like a burnt orange color. And this is also from Freedom Industries. This is in a size large, which is what my normal size would be. And this one, you know, it's not super tight or anything, but it definitely fits more to your body. So I'm kind of on that cusp between like 41, 42 inch chest. So I'm kind of like right there. But this one being a large, you know, that's kind of my normal size. So that's what I ordered with this first. And this one fit pretty well. The extra large is a little longer in the length. And like I said, it's got a little more room. So if you want a looser fit, you know, you can size up one, and just depending on what your body style is. Got the nice hood and everything with it. Beauty, man. No more smelly mellies. Woohoo! All right, everybody. This is the Fayettechill Livingston grid fleece. So it's actually got a smooth outside, and it has a little bit of that waffle look to it, but when you turn it inside out, all the texture is on the inside. That's similar to the Patagonia R1s and some of the other fleeces that are out there. This is, I say, more of a technical look to it as opposed to having the soft grid outer like a Melanzana would have. These ones are made in Arkansas, and you can buy these online. They've got thumb holes that you can, you know, keep your wrists and everything warm, so that's one nice feature to them. And they've got the hood, and this one does have a little bit of a pull tab here, so if you want to tighten stuff up, you can. You know, if you got a lot of wind or whatnot, you don't have to worry about that coming off, whereas the one I just showed you earlier, if you were in a high wind situation, that one might pop off a little more. This one will stay on. Sizing on the Fayettechill Livingston, it's roomy. It's very roomy. So when I bought these, that's about a year or so ago, these were really, I was maybe 15, 20 pounds lighter at the time, and these things were like wearing a tent. So they were definitely a lot bigger than I were used to. This is a large, and I've got plenty of room in this. So if you want a roomy feel, you got a little bit of extra belly, you probably just stay with what you got. If you want a slimmer fit or you got a slimmer body, you may want to go down a size on the Fayettechill ones. Now what's interesting is, besides their Livingstons, they also have a Henderson, which is a polo top. And I wear those sometimes at work, and those ones seem to fit more true to like a regular fit of what my size would be a large. And this one, just this Livingston hoodie here, this one with the kangaroo pocket, it just feels more roomy than their other products. So that's one thing to note when you look at the product lines, that not all of them are going to always fit the same. Now, they do say on their website with the new Livingstons, they have a couple of new colors. They phased out some of the older colors like I have here. But they claim they've changed the sizing a little bit to be more true to fit. So if you have questions, you may want to ask them online and just find out what they would recommend for you. But with this one and with a couple other YouTubers out there, Spaguyver and them that have these, yeah, they kind of seem the same thing, that these ones are a little roomier, so just kind of keep that in mind. I'm going to show you a couple other colors that they had available, and depending on their availability and stuff, sometimes you can find older ones in the colors, but the newer ones they've changed, like sage green, kind of like a lilac. There's a yellow color, I forgot, they call it curry. And then, of course, they usually have like a black or a blue. I think they've got like a really dark blue one now. And this is what they call the glass blue, so it's not that bad of a color. It's actually pretty. So this is the Livingston in black, and this is a very nice color. It's nice and thick, similar in thickness to the Patagonia R1. So this one will definitely keep you warm in cooler temperatures. Got the same features as all the Livingstons. Now let's check out the green. So this is the nice, like, pine green or whatever they called it before. This was a very popular color. This is one that would always sell out real fast, and no matter what style or variety of grid fleece option that they had on Fayettechill's website. The sage green seems to be more available as a new color, and like I say, it differs from this a little bit. This is more like an olive green. The new one looks kind of more like a grayish light green, so you can check it out on their website and see what you think. I think they both look pretty good, and like I said, this one is pretty nice. Well, everybody, this is another product that Fayettechill offered. This one is not the same type of grid fleece. You do have the thumb loops, you do have the hood, but you don't have the same type of mechanism. There's a tiny little thing right there that you can adjust the hood, but it doesn't have like the pull string or anything. This one, I believe, was called the Rouse. Now, you can see in there the fabric is a lot different. It is a really small, really tiny grid. This is more of a summer weight shirt here. So this one they had in like two colors, blue and green. Green was always sold out. And this is more like a summer fishing shirt and kind of more like a dry wick material. So they don't currently have them on their site, but I suspect as the weather gets warmer, they'll probably have it back out there again. But this was a nice little grab, and like I said, it doesn't have the kangaroo pouch or anything like the other hoodies, but this one's kind of, like I said, just the nice little summer weight option that they had out there on their site. A little later on, I'll show you one of the polo shirts when we get into the hoodless options, and I'll just show you kind of compare and contrast there. So let's move on to the next one. Alright, so this one is from Columbia. This is one of their OmniWick grid fleece options. It's got the smooth outside and the grid on the inside. This is a really thin material compared to the Fayetechills and the Freedom Industries and even the R1. So these ones are thinner material. They're not going to be as warm for really cold temperatures. And this one is a full zip, just kind of like a jacket. So you've got your regular pockets here instead of the kangaroo pouch. So your hands won't touch on this because of the zipper. It does have a hood on it. And here, yeah, there's no adjustments or anything for it, so it's pretty simple. And this one you can find sometimes online, either through Columbia's website, or I've seen them on Dick's Sporting Goods before. They have a couple of colors. They have the orange, I think they have a blue, black, and gray. I think those are kind of the color schemes that they have for these. They do have these in women's ones as well. And in the women's, they actually also have, like, I think the more polo style pullover ones. I got something for my wife one time, like a black one and kind of like a pinkish purplish colored one. So this is an option. I say it's got internal pockets in here like a jacket would. So that's one difference with this style. And this one definitely won't break the bank in terms of price. As I move along, I'm going to put, more price and spec info out there, and I'll put it down in the description below too. So let's move on to the next. Alright, so our friends across the pond in the UK bring us this gorgeous Alpkit hoodie. So similar to the OmniWick from Columbia, this is a thin fabric. It's got the grid on the inside, thumb holes, no real adjustment on the hood, and it's an actual jacket that zips all the way down. And this one does not have any pockets to it, so this is kind of more for just, you know, like if you're jogging around but you lose the pocket functionality. You do have one pocket up here, which the Columbia also has, the chest pocket. So if you need to put a phone or something small, you can at least store it up there. And on the inside, it does not have any of the inside pocket pouches like the Columbia has. One thing about the Alpkit, since it is European, the zipper is on the opposite side of what a man would normally think in the US. The US does, you know, one side for men's, other side for women's. In Europe, it's all pretty much all on the same side that we would associate with the woman's side zipper. So, you know, take it as you will, but they've got this in black. They have it in like a blue, and I think they had a gray on their website. And this is somewhere in that same ballpark. I think it was about like 60, 65-ish. And they've got some neat stuff on Alpkit. You can get, you know, dry bags for, you know, kayaking. You can get stuff for your bike if you want to do bike packing and whatnot. See a lot of UK video YouTubers out there that talk about stuff from them. So I've gotten a few pieces of gear from them, and it's not too bad. The weight's, you know, a little more in the US, but it's really not that bad to get stuff from the UK. Like I said, this is a thinner one, kind of like that Columbia, so it's not going to be as thick as a Fayettechill or the Patagonia or, you know, some of the other heavier grade fleeces. And couple of these two, just to let you know, some things are kind of made in the US, some things are made in China, some things are kind of a mix. So I'll try to get as much of that info on here too, if that's important to you. And we're gonna move ahead to a couple other options here. This is pretty much it for the hooded options that I have currently. There are some other companies out there. Lightheart Gear, there's, I think, Superior Fleece, and there's a couple others out there that I've heard of online. Just look up like AT Through Hikers, and some of them have different things. But I'll try to find a few of the links, put them down below too. We're going to move on now to a couple of my non-hooded options and show you what's out there if you want more of like a regular polo style shirt that you can wear in the office, on the street, and in the outdoors. One last thing I will note about this one too is it is a lot slimmer fitting. So this one's going to be nice and tight to your body. So depending on sizing, you know, if you want to go up a size you can, but with mine I stayed with the size I was. It's just a little more snug. So depending on how your body type is, that's just one thing to keep in mind. With the European ones, they're going to be more slim and athletic fit. Same way with the Patagonias. Alright, so this is the Patagonia R1 quarter zip regular shirt. There are no through thumb options on this. There is no hood on it. It's just got a regular collar. And this has the nice smooth kind of grid finish and the grid materials on the inside. Now this has a lot bigger square than some of the other manufacturers. So that's one difference in this. A lot of people say that these ones, the R1s, will keep you warm to a colder temperature point than say Melanzana and some of the other grid fleeces out there, just because it's a little heavier material. And I've heard others say that if you're like at 40 Fahrenheit and above, you might want a Melanzana. If you're gonna go from like 40 down to about 20 or so, an R1 might be better suited for you. I have worn these indoors. You won't like sweat out through them because just like all the grid fleece, there's room for air to go through these. But it's not bad. Price wise, yeah, it's gonna be up there a little more. Yeah, kind of like the Fayettechill Livingston. This is going to be kind of in that same price point range. You're going to be kind of in 120, 130 range for these. That's definitely more than getting a Melly through a store, but it's a lot cheaper than what you would be paying for someone to hawk something online on eBay. But it's got the chest pocket here, and you know, that's pretty much it. Now on these brand new ones that have the actual patch here for Patagonia, these newer ones that they have, they discontinued after a couple of years the ones with the hoods that were pullovers. They do have a zip up option that has a hood on it. It's kind of like a jacket, like the Columbia and the Alpkit that I showed you. So if you want to go that way, that is an option you can go. But fit on these actually went up because of my frame. If you're a slim guy, you probably stay true to fit. If you got a little more meat in the middle, I sized up to an extra large on these. I tried them on at REI, and the large was just a little snug. So I said, you know, I'm going to go up one size and see how it fits, and it's not bad. This, I would say, is kind of similar to, this being an extra large, is similar to how a large in a Fayettechill Henderson polo type top would be. Just to give you a kind of compare contrast. And one thing I did notice, which I'll show you in a minute, I bought an older R1, old style one, off of eBay that was used, and it actually fits looser. So at some point they made these a lot more slim fit in the last couple of years. So if you find old ones that have the other style, which I'll show you, those ones will fit more true to size, I guess. You'll have a little more boxiness to them, but you know, choose whatever works best for you. Here we have an R1 in red. And for those of you that like to hike in hunting season, they do have a nice bright orange color for this one. Alright, so this is the last of the Patagonia R1s I'm going to show you. This is an older style. Now they do currently, in the regular style they have now, they have like a darker green color available, and they didn't have that in a store when I was looking around, but it is an option that's out there. And this was an older style, so this one is actually a large, whereas the other ones that are newer are an extra large. And this has the old kind of embroidered logo on it, so it doesn't have that patch like the new ones have. And I mean, other than that, color scheme and stuff, really about the only differences is that this one, it's not too bad. I mean, I got enough room in it. Similar in fit, but this definitely did not feel as tight as the regular large did in the new style when I went to try them on. So this one had a little more room. So it's kind of, you know, more true to fit, I guess, than the new ones, which are a little slimmer. So that's about the only outtake. Like I say, you can find these on eBay, whatever. You know, you can get them a lot cheaper that way. You know, half the price. So, you know, you can get these in different colors. But I bought this one, you know, to kind of look like a tennis ball. All right, so this is going to conclude the Patagonias for now, and I'm going to move on to a couple other options that are just regular non-hooded designs, and we'll go forth from there. All right, everybody, so continuing on with the hoodless options, this is the Henderson from Fayettechill. So you can see, got the logo on there. And this does not have any sort of thumb holes. So it's just like a regular polo shirt. And it's got the same fabric, basically, that the Livingston hoodie has. And this is more for like if you want to wear it around the office, you want to wear it in town, but you also want to wear it outdoors. This one, you kind of have those options. And so this one's a little more true to fit. You know, it's kind of like my R1s, you know, you can pull, you got a little bit of room, but it's not like swimming in a tent. The Livingstons are definitely a little bigger in that, and more roomy in that respect. The new Livingstons might fit more like these, so like I say, you may want to ask online about that. But this is a nice option. Sometimes if you get like a sale or discontinued color or an older model, this one had a green patch, I think the newer ones had blue patches or something, they marked it down, saved like, I don't know, 15-20 bucks. So that's another thing you can look at on their site. And this is definitely cheaper than the R1. R1 is probably, like I said, like 120-ish or so, 130-ish. This, I think, was originally about 75. I think when I got this one on sale, it was like 60 to 65 range. So, you know, that's a lot better. Color options are a lot limited though. Usually you would just have the black, maybe a green and a blue and whatnot. But these ones are getting a little harder to find on their site. Like I said, it just kind of depends on the season and supply chain availability, and they're changing through their colors. I do know they have the like a dark blue that they have, and that sage green that they just came out with. Those are two color options that are available on this. The older color schemes, I think they phased out just for the time being. They may bring them back, I don't know. There too, you might be able to find them online on eBay or something if somebody's got a used one, but these are not bad. I would recommend them. Now, going down the price point spectrum a little bit, this is an Eddie Bauer grid fleece, and this is one of the options that does have the thumb hole options on it. This one's a quarter zip. The one I'll show you here in a moment after this is just a regular crew neck, regular type long sleeve shirt. They do have like zip up ones and just a few different models out there. Material on this, it is a lot smaller grid on the fleece, and it's very thin in comparison to the Fayetechills and the Patagonia R1s. So this is not going to keep you warm down to as low of a temperature. This is more of a lighter to mid-weight kind of option, but they're available. You can get them online pretty easily. There's, you know, a wide array of color options that are out there, and as far as fit, you know, they fit normal, true to size, and this is something you can wear around town, in the office, outdoors if you want, and it's just another option that's out there. Alright, this is the other grid fleece option that I have. It's a crew neck from Eddie Bauer, and just like the blue one I showed you a little bit earlier, this is the same light material. This does have the thumb hole option on it, as I think most of the Eddie Bauer ones have, and so this fits kind of normal. I mean, you know, I got a little room, but it's not like overly big. If you're a really big guy, you probably size up, but you know, that just goes without saying. But this one seems to be more, you know, true to fit. It's not super slim, it's not super baggy, it fits. Alright everybody, so these last two fleeces I'm going to show you are going to be the last ones for the video of what I have in stock right now. So this is a gray one. The other one I'm going to show you after this is black. They're the same material, same company. These are from Redhead, and you can buy these through Bass Pro or Cabelas, and I got mine through Cabelas. I was able to get them down on clearance, so I don't know if they're going to be available or if they're seasonal or what the whole story is. But this first one I bought, it was like 30 bucks. The next one I bought, it was only 15 bucks. So yeah, you can get stuff pretty cheap, and the best part was I had points and stuff, so I didn't really have to pay for the other one. It was free, and yeah, free is good. But material wise, yeah, these have a, you know, smooth texture to them. They're not as luxurious looking as some of the others. They got whatever this is going on with the seam here on the arms. There's no thumb holes or anything. The material does not have a real thick grid to it. So these just feel kind of like a thick shirt, basically. But they do say the grid fleece, but they're definitely not as thick a material as all the other grid fleeces out there. These are kind of like the Eddie Bauers. There's a little bit, but it's not much. I guess you could technically call it a grid, but it's definitely not as pronounced as some of the other brands I showed you earlier. And as far as fit, there's room in it. You know, these fit fairly well. You know, if you're a real skinny dude, go down a size maybe. But if you're a regular dude, you know, just get your normal size and these will fit. There's no fancy adjustments or anything on them because it's just like a regular shirt, and you've just got your zipper. That's pretty much it. Basic, no frills. That's what it is. Alright, and this is the last one. So this is the Redhead grid fleece as well. Same as the gray one I just showed you, except a little more stylish. Basic black, goes in with everything. Could be a little hotter in the summertime, but this is something you're probably going to wear more on shoulder seasons than anything else. It's the same construction. You know, it's got that smooth type of look to it. So, you know, for 15 bucks on clearance, you can't beat it. 30 bucks when it was a regular price, that wasn't bad, you know. So you can find ones from other companies out there. You don't always have to go get the popular trend-setting stuff, but there's options, and you know, depending what your price range and affordability and your budget, everything is, make it work for you. Like I said, you can buy new, you can buy used, you can find an off-brand, you know, or you can go with the high-end stuff. It really matters what works for you. But there are differences sometimes in the material, and some of that's reflective on who made the material. Was it Polar Fleece? Was it somebody else? Was it like 100-gram weight, 200-gram weight, or, you know, there's different thicknesses of fleeces out there, and like I showed, you know, there's differences in the grids, both in the thickness and the pattern sizes on there. But these are some options that you can explore, and like I said, I'll put links and information down below, so be sure to read the description, and that should give you answers and some resources on where to look. So hopefully this has been a good, informative video for you, and I'll try to put all the weights and stuff if they're available. Some of them will list them and some of them won't. So just take that with a grain of salt. But if you enjoyed the video, help the channel out. Like, comment, subscribe, positive comments, you know. So it's been a good ride so far, and like I said, I appreciate everybody reaching the 200 subscriber milestone, and we'll keep going forth, trying new things, and exploring outdoors, and showing some gear off and some options, and yeah, have a fun time with it. So you guys probably will be seeing this like a week after Easter, so I'll just give you a belated Easter wish, and hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, thanks for watching.